In this example, we have n to the power of 4 or 5 over n to the power of 1/3. So we have the same bases. When it's the same base dividing, that means that we're going to subtract the exponent. In order to subtract, we had to do top minus bottom, and I'm going to write it out. So we're going to have n, the same base, and then we're going to start off with the top exponent. So 4 over 5 will be written first, and then minus 1 over 3. So once you have that out, I'm going to write the fraction over here bigger and visible to see. Just like before, when you're adding, subtracting fraction, we need to have same denominator. So the common denominator between 5 and 3 is 15. So I need to multiply the first fraction by 3 to the numerator and denominator. And then same thing here, I need to multiply the second fraction by 5 to the numerator and denominator. So the first fraction, I'm going to have 12 over 15 minus 5 over 15 for the second fraction. Then I'm going to bring it back over here. So it's going to be n to the power of 12 over 15 minus 5 over 15. So when you subtract the fraction, we're going to subtract the top. 12 minus 5 will be 7 for the numerator, and my denominator will be 15. So my final answer is n to the power of 7 over 15. And to review, when you're dividing with same bases, then make sure that you follow the order carefully. Top minus bottom exponent. So make sure you have that note. Again, be very careful with the order, top minus bottom. In this example, we now have the coefficients in front of the variable. In the numerator, we have the 36, and the denominator, we have the 3. So since you're working with the same base, that means that you can also work with the coefficient, meaning 36 divided by 3. So 36 divided by 3 will be 12, and then we're going to have x. So just like I said before, the order matter. So in the numerator, we have 3 over 4, so I'm going to write that one first. 3 over 4 minus, then my exponent in the denominator, which is negative 2 over 5. Let me put this in parentheses, because now we have minus negative of the exponent. So in this problem, we start off with a negative exponent in the denominator. So when you set up your work, top exponent minus bottom exponent, if it's negative, then make sure you keep the negative sign. It plays a big part because you see why. When you have minus and negative, that means that it will now become a plus. So we actually have 12x to the power of 3 over 4 plus 2 over 5. Now, again, we covered that if same bases are dividing, you're going to subtract the exponents. That's okay if the top and the bottom exponents start off as positive exponents. In this example, we have the top exponent positive, but the denominator exponent is negative. So when you set up your work, you're going to see that it's going to be minus negative. When you see it's minus negative, it's going to become a plus. So that's why we see 3 over 4 plus 2 over 5. And now I'm going to bring the fractions over here, bigger and visible to see. Now, when we're combining the fraction by adding or subtracting, common denominator. Common denominator between 4 and 5 is 20. So I'm going to multiply the first fraction by 5. And on the second fraction, I'm going to multiply by 4 to get a common denominator of 20. So my first fraction will be 15 over 20 plus second fraction 8 over 20. So let's bring those fractions back over here. So we're going to have 12x to the power of 15 over 20 plus 8 over 20. Now, since they have the same denominator, we can combine the fraction. So I'm going to have 12x to the power of 15 plus 8, that's 23, over 20, that's our denominator. So this is my final answer. And let me box that up. Now to review, since we start off with division of exponents with the same base, it involves where the top exponent minus the bottom exponent. But since the denominator exponent is negative from the very beginning, when we set up the work, you're going to see it's minus negative. Hence, now we're going to add the exponents together. So unlike last time where we subtracted, the last example, we started with two positive exponents. Now here, we start with the top exponent positive and the bottom exponent negative. So make sure you set up your work correctly. Order follows top minus bottom. You see a minus negative, it becomes a plus. Now we're adding the exponents together, even though we start off with a division of exponents.